rocket like rocket fuel.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
You get block me.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 3 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They run it with Jacobs. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Third and long. It's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. Now, you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a give, right side. Barlow. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he finds a man on a crossing route. That's good for 28 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, you know, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up. Soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really not. Nice open field tackle. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Stop your whining.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. This time Jackson will throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Try to run for it with Jacobs. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Jackson. Flushed out right, and that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Watson trying to get his guys moving. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game planned for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. Looking left sideline, it's complete.
Let's go, let's do it.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
There we go.
Lamar Jackson in the final seconds of the first half as the Ravens push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
We got this.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey, check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
They'll run on 1st down. Barlow. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 44-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Mike, check. 59.
From the 41, Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin White in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more excitement.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly.
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
They'll keep it on the ground. Barlow, he'll get 3 up to midfield.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball. And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Switch gears, switch gears. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, and he's going to go down again. Devin White picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And some room to work. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And give him a gain of 37. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Towards the end zone for Brown, and it's knocked away and incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson, flushed out right. Towards the end zone for Brown, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Faking the give, now Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. To throw is Watson. He's going to let it, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Here we go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Watch the out. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 16-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play.